Glory be to God. Make sure you guys hit the like, drop a comment, share the content. You already know my story on being blackballed and shadow banned. I might just get into it, keep it real raw and uncut. Crow knows best. It's Father Time, it's Santa, it's Satan, it's Seth, it's Sat, it's Joseph. Joseph in the Bible is the dad to Jesus. Jesus is Horus. Okay. It's Buddha, Zarathustra, it's Mithra, it's Krishna. This is just sun god worship, praising sun god worship. The face of Jesus is Cesare Borgia. This is the illegitimate kids to the Pope. He used to run masked parties at the Vatican. Vatican, Mary Magdalene. This is maritime law. Everything is a vessel. Water terminology, maritime. Friendship, kinship, religionship, relationship, sportsmanship, so on and so forth. Slaveship, right? Shipping containers, shipments. Yosef is the etymology to Joseph. Yas. If Father, yes. YESHUA, yes. Years, YESHUA. Hours is HORACE. Okay. Months, mins, months. Eve, Eve, Isis. Okay. It's Mary Magdalene. M and a W is the same symbol. As above, so below. It's also E and a 3. So E, 2 E's, 2 I's. So Isis is eyes. I, Captain. I can't hear you. I hear her. Hear her. Mother Earth, heart, anagrammatic literature. Okay. So E, V-E, Isis, 2 I's, is a Mary Magdalene. So the monarchy is 33. 33 levels of vertebrae. 33 levels of Freemasonry. YESHUA got crucified at the age of 33. Is Jacob's ladder. Kundalini serpents. Stairway to heaven. Spinal column. Sound wave. Your third pineal gland. Your third brain. E-V-E is Isis. We got that. Mary Magdalene is Eve. Evening is night. Equinox, equal night. M and a 3 and an E and a W are the same symbol. So Mary Magdalene, Eve, 2 E's, 2 M's. We already got the I's. And then the 33. Okay. A mirrored 33 is a butterfly. The monarch butterfly for the monarchy. The moon is key. Joshua is it's Jesus, Joshua, YESHUA, Isis. Isis is Athena, Sophia. Sophia and Isis are the same. Isiolopolis. All of these are variations of the same thing. Are not the same people, but are the same thing. Are none of these existent, but are stories and the base premises to astrotheology, which is religion and Gnostic information. As above, so below, but there's always a middle road. You see, one, androgynous. One, angels are androgynous. God is androgynous. This is everything, but there's no sexes. It's one. So one into tree, 3, we are the tree of life. Don't eat from the forbidden fruit, 4. forehead. 2 pineal gland references, but there's 3 brains. 1, 2. So tree. So 1 into tree. Don't eat from the fruit, the forbidden fruit behind the forehead. The third eye, the bird eye. The eye of Horus, sun god worship. And Eve is supposed to be the first lady, but they don't make reference to the daughter because the sun is the moon and the moon is the sun. It's androgynous, it's the same thing. So for people that preach Jesus is king, for people that could preach Athena is queen, or Isis is queen, or Eve is queen, or Lilith is queen, they are preaching the other half is dominant versus the other half that's not dominant, but both given equal exchange, sex exchange. They keep each other in Libra, Aries, in balance. Libra to calibrate, Calibra. Aries, these are the libraries. You need good looks and you need intelligence as well to stay in harmony. Okay? Aries, ovaries. Aries, the first zodiac sign, is the ram. It's Mary Magdalene. Mag is Maj. It's imagination. You are amazing when you make it through the maze. You are a mason. Through imagination. You are mage. Maj. Sorcery. Mary Magdalene. Dalene is small valley. The valley of the shadow of the death. Walking. Staff and rod. Okay, all it has to do with is the front side and the back side. As above, so below. The canal and the anal. The red apple, blue azul. Okay. Mary is March, is Mars. Ram is the first sign. This is Mary. If you add a Y, you spell it backward. It's Ram. So Ram, Mary, Rami is Ramses. You have Ram in a computer. It's the top. It's the head. It's the head, heaven, highest point. They're all referring to the same type of reference. So no matter what name, no matter what story they're combining, just understand there is no ands, ifs, or buts about it. That they are referencing the same exact thing. The kingdom, king domain, the ice dome, wise dome. Islam, Isis is lamb, land is ram. It's the same word. Garden of Eden, Mount Zion, heaven, Adam and Eve, Adam and Eve, heaved up. Okay. Garden, God in. Okay. Aten, Satan, Satan, Saturn. Everything comes from the same premise. They're just using things, making other variations and confusing cultures. Through time and time it works because there is nothing like the internet like it is now, which means they could do whatever they want with all the information and it will get as far as it will, as you guys see today, because who's going to really say shit? What, me? I don't even exist 40 years ago, let alone the internet the way it does and the way the world works and the way, no, it doesn't work like that. Nobody is that wise to go, okay, no, they study. There's a lot of historians. There's a lot of scholars out there that do a lot of studying and realize, wow, this story is that story and that story is this story. And they prove it to themselves, but they're historians and and they don't really have they're very, generally speaking, it's very, non-biased. They're just there to learn information. It's not like they came in wanting it all and then they need to tell everybody. They're not righteous like that to say. They just want to learn. They like it. And they're like, I noticed that Jesus is Horus and Horus is Krishna and Buddha has a little bit of this and Athena. And then you're like, whoa, this is confusing. It's not, The only thing that's confusing is people believe in religion and believe in certain figures like Jesus, and they want to say that this is blasphemous, and they want to say what they preach about Jesus is right. But it's embarrassing, and anybody that's trying to preach Jesus will lose, because there's nothing to win or gain from somebody like me. I speak truth and I bring people to God. It's very simple to me. If you want the truth, you need to go inside. You want a relation with God, you need to go in here. You want to live the best life ever, it's going to be through here. It's not going to be through externality. So an externality is someone like Jesus, who is Yeshua, who is Joshua, who is Krishna, who is Buddha, who is Athena, who is Mithra or Krishna. It's an externality of somebody putting their faith in something else other than themselves because of whatever reason. It's a psychological issue, and it has nothing to do about me. Maybe they feel inferior, they feel powerless, but it has nothing to do about me. It has nothing to do about you. I don't care. It's not my journey. It's theirs. But it's irrefutable, the amount of truth and the type of truth that I go over. It's irrefutable. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how intelligent. You can sit here and say, "Oh, you're using a language that..." No, this is just checks out in every language. It's the same thing, no matter how you look at it. If you want to say Solomon's temple, soul of man's temple, temples, right? Soul, sun, mon, moon, okay? Female and male. And then you need the electricity. It's not L from Egypt. It's electricity is the pineal, pineal, and spinal, okay? Um, it's just the same exact thing that everything is coming down to. So whether it's the ice dome or the kingdom, if it's Jesus, it's Isis. Okay, it's ISIS. So if people want to preach this, they want to preach that. Just understand that they're doing black and white polarity. And that's the whole entire point of this. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what these stories do for anybody, how much it uplifts their life. It's not, you can have a relation or a religion with God, but you can't have both. It's impossible for someone to preach religion and have a relation with someone like me, which means you are not going to have the full relation that you're supposed to have with God. Because if you come across me and you're too religious and you're not going to listen to a relation that I'm offering and almost subconsciously demanding you should have, just out of respect for our creator, you and everybody else that's ever been existing, then they're not understanding that God works in everything, because God is Eve.rything, literally. So by somebody preaching Yeshua, they're always going to lose, because not only was it non-existent, it's the son, and the son is the daughter. So people want to praise son. They want to take out women from everything, and it's done like that on purpose. It's just women are not found in anything, because women are the most powerful piece to this puzzle. They're the queen to the chessboard, and the truth has been in plain sight the whole time. Nobody can sit there and deny what I give them. Is the queen not the most powerful piece on the chessboard? Then, oh, well, that's just a game and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. No, the people talking like that are macho bravado males who don't want to see the power flip. They don't want to see equality. They don't want to see nothing. They just want to be, "Oh, we're in power, it's this way, fuck off, you don't like it." It's not the way it's going to be forever. So the first on the train is going to be the last on the train, and the last is going to be the first. And this is the life that we're living in. We are going backwards into the future. And it's time for people to understand that this is what's going on. This is what's been happening. It's never been about black and white. Okay, 33 levels of Freemasonry, 33 levels of vertebrae. Yeshua got crucified at the 33 years of age. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 2 Kundalini serpents. There's 2 parts of the spine. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 33. 3 and 3 is 6. If I flip it as above, so below, the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's another 33. 3 and 3 is 6. So now I got 6 and 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 3 sixes is 666. So anybody that's talking about melanin being the answer, and oh, they're trying to demonize black skin, and no, you're not understanding what's going on. You're very emotional. You're very young in spirituality, and this is not the time for you. The majority of people that try to find truth end up at spots like that and think they're all awakened. They think they're magnificent. The world evolves around them. They're super narcissistic, egotistical maniacs, and they want to put the blame on everybody else. And it's always the white man. It's always my kind. Unfortunately, it's the way I look. It's my kind. It's my skin. I've been doing this. I've been demonizing everybody forever, and they've never had any power. There's never been any love for them. God's never looking out for them. They've been oppressed. They suck. It's the same stupid bullshit story that I can't allow anybody to talk about anymore. It's called the carbon copy. Yeah, 666, 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons. That's all it is. Before they even had that terminology, they're talking about a right degree angle, the 90-degree angle, before they had the name of Lucifer, right? Which is lucky fire, anagrammatic literature, which is Venus, the twinta, summer, YESHUA, the 7-up is winter, the loser, winner, brighter, Venus, the sun, they're twins. Okay? So every single thing comes down to women and men. Why? Why is it that simple? Why are you think you know this? Like, why are you so confident? Like, what is this bullshit? Like, this is dog shit. This is blasphemous. Like, I don't get it. Like, no one gets it, bro. You don't even get it. Like, people say the most stupidest shit to me. Okay. It only comes down to women and men. Nothing of color. How do I know this to be true? How come I'm preaching all this shit and I seem to know what I'm talking about? And God's guiding me and my guardian angels too. How is this the case? Because a woman is the most powerful thing in regards, not ego, just in regards to what can happen on Mother Earth. For life can't be created any further without a woman. And everybody knows this to be true. A man comes out of a womb, womb in a womb, a man to become. But it's not man, it's ma in, because there's ma in everything. Mother in everything is maternal. Okay? Pattern, paternal, father, pieter, pan is not Zeus. We're talking about Saturn. And Saturn in regards to time. So planet evolving around time is actually affecting the physicality that we live in. Saturn is physically emitting frequency to us. And this has already been proven. It's not like a conspiracy theory. This is why I love what I preach, and I also don't like it at times, because it's like it's so easy that people think that I'm full of shit, instead of them understanding that what they're reading, they're not really seeing in between. It's like there's a filament on their eyes, and they're not really seeing the world for what it is. And then they get mad at me because it's so easy. It's like, what did you want me to do? You want me to bring some fake guy named Jesus, YESHUA, out of the fucking grave, who's never been existent because he's the fucking son, and you want me to make him come out of life, and you want me to, he needs to speak and tell you guys everything's gonna be what, okay? Everything's not okay. What is he gonna save us from? Nothing. We don't need to be saved. We need to help each other. You see what I'm saying? It's like people want this stupid fake facade that they've made for so long through generations after generations to be true, that I just don't know what to do for people anymore. But I digress. At the end of the day, just realize this. Every single thing comes down to a woman and a man. It's not just a woman. I don't want to empower women to the point where women think it's okay to do what men have done to women. I don't want to empower dark-skinned folks for dark-skinned folks to do exactly what lighter-skinned folks have been doing this whole time. It's just there has to be balance and equality, and that's what I'm here for. I'm down to raise, which is funny to say, I'm down to raise the, women and their rights. I'm down to raise the vibration of mankind for everybody, as long as it's equal. But women need to understand, and a lot of them do get it, but they don't have men to back them up, because men are bitches nowadays. They don't have real men to back them up to say that women are everything, that they aren't everything in regards to being egotistical, but that they are everything in regards to us being alive and here right now. And when men can understand that and respect their mom and their sister to that degree, instead of being like an Andrew Tate and sound like a fucking asshole, now you guys understand how easy it is to expose people like that. You don't speak like that. This everything has mother in it. And we're talking like women, this, women, no. I don't need to be a fucking feminist because I'm not that. It's just I understand the truth and I know where the truth lies. And I know that um I'm not trying to be funny, but this is why I love words. Where the truth lies. Lies is thighs, in between the thighs, the third eyes. All these things rise, Christ, oils, semen, all these things have reference to do with each other. So it's why I love wordplay, because it's easy to verify and solidify for people. However, it's just that women have a portal. And this goes back to do with the ram, Mary Magdalene, the small valley, but the ram, the ovaries, Aries. Okay. So the reproductive system is a ram. It's the first sign, as above, so below. It's the first zodiac. It's the most important. I mean, they're not even lying. You see what I'm saying? That's why I have a hard time when people are like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. This. Okay. I mean, okay. Fine. Let's just say that I don't and they do. Then why is it that everything just seems to check out? And I might be wrong on some degrees of things. I'm a human. I don't fucking need to be right about everything. If I'm right about the biggest things ever and wrong about the littlest shit, fine, let it be. Glory be to God. I'm fine with it. But it's like, tell me how everything always seems to check out. How come the first sign is Ram? Mary Magdalene is the Aries, is the female reproductive system. And the queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard. And this is called the hive mind. It's hive, it's heave, it's heaven. So we have beekeepers, gatekeepers to protect from the honeycomb, bees, bee leave, bee, lie, Eve again. See what I'm saying? Beekeepers. The honeymoon. Okay, but honeymoon bee, right? But glory be. But I told you the sun is the moon and the moon is the sun. So moon, mon, min, mankind, ma in kind. Sun, soon, afternoon, uno, mono. Moon is mono, anagrammatic literature. With sin, sun, first sun, sin, nice, nose, Gnostic, nostrils, eyes. You see, Isis. It all comes from the face. It's the oasis. It's the dome. It's the firmament. Everything. So EVE, Isis, right? Adam is the fallen adome, adome. Adome. Everything started from adom, Eve.rything, atom. So amen, amen, a moon, a sun, a thumb, a tomb, from the womb to the tomb. So a sun, a moon, from the moon to the sun. Everything, atom. You see? 5-pointed star. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including my two feet. So 2 feet, Pisces, Pisces is fishes. So 2 fishes. But you get your piece to the pie chart through Pisces. Pieces. So you get peace through the pieces of the pies to find peace. Okay? So a mind divided into 2, left and right, 1 and 2. One eye, 2 eye, one eyebrow, another eyebrow, brow, bow, elbow, bow, archery, like your arches to your foot have a soul, and your heel is hell, and the ankle above it is the angel that controls the arches to the soul to heel, hell. So we're a 5-pointed star. And there's 1, 2, 1, 2. That's 22 fallen angels. 33.33. Okay. So when your body is reversed, you have 22 fallen angels that fell down to Mount Hermon, Mount Hermon, Mary Magdalene, Luna, annual. Luna backwards is anal, is annual, which means once every year. Every year is YESHUA. Yes, YESHUA. So once Eve in year, right? There we get Saturn, the moon, in the cube matrix. But that's another topic for another day. We're about 24 minutes into this. You guys can ask me questions in the comments if you got to this point and you're like, hey, you were mentioning like you were mentioning something about like the cube and the matrix. Like, can you go further into that? I'll talk to you about it. But I just don't want to go into that right now because it's a little confusing. It's really confusing. But 22, okay. Fallen angels upside down near the headstand that fell down to 33.33. It's Mount Hermon. So 33 mirrored is the butterfly. It's the monarchy. Remember? So the monarch butterfly is the 33 revered, mirrored, excuse me. So the monarchy, the moon is key, but it's the kingdom. It's the king domain. So truth in plain sight. Planes. These are astral planes, astral projection, astral this, astral that, astros, astrology, astrotheology. What you see in the stars will come down into reality through, the text that they depict in religion. It's beautiful. It's there's a lot of great stories. The Christos oil is pretty cool, but it sucks that people die over religion and they're doing what they're doing. So I don't like it. But then it makes me think like maybe it's meant to be. And at the same time, I don't know. It's just very confusing at certain points, you guys. Certain truth, it gets confusing, but it's like they give you all the truth, but at the same time, they code it, coat it, with other like they sugar coat it or they sour coat it, they beef coat it. They do something to like bring weight to it when it should be lighter than it should be. Does that make sense to people? The code itself should just come to life and we should feel it and feel bright and oh wow, this is amazing. I get what they're saying. Resonate to it. I vibrate to it and I feel better after listening to it, as opposed to some heavy code that you're trying to decode. And then you need to decode it in order to feel that light, right? So that's the part I don't like. I do like how there is people like me out there in the world who can figure out a way through it all, navigate through it. But again, I'll end it on this. So the hourglass, hour is Horus, remember? Horus is the forehead, the eye of Horus, okay? Different from the eye of Ra, okay? And the other eye, I forgot is it eye of Horus? It doesn't matter because the name that they say is not correct, but I think they may call it the eye of Horus as well. There's two sides of the eye of Ra, in other words. I think they call one of them the eye of Horus. I could be wrong. But I know that this is Horus, the forbidden fruit beyond the forehead. But there's 3 pineal glands. This is the third eye, your bird eye. Beyond the forehead, it's the forbidden fruit. Because you got a pineal gland, a pineal gland, and a spineal gland. They're 3 brains. Within this brain, you got 2 brains, right? The cerebrum and the cerebellum. So bull and the ram are horned beasts. Not beasts, I didn't mean to say that, but horned animals. Excuse me. They did that for a reason. When you understand the power of symbolism and you understand the power of words, then you understand the power of code, and then you can understand the power of deception, manipulation. You will truly you will truly respect the art that is being preserved. Okay. So where I was going with that before, speaking of preservation, is the Christos oil. So I was going on a little rant right there, but that's okay. The Christos oil is one of the most things, one of the things that I cherish the most, because that's the story they're using in pretty much all of this. The Kundalini serpents is the Christos oil. So everything came from the A, alpha, omega. It's right? Fallen angels, but adom, adome, atom, all, apple, a pull. So it's oil, Adam's oil, oh, therefore the apple guard the castle. But then you get references to this that take you all the way to here. And then it gets confusing because some of these references are the exact same references as here. Why? Because it's as above, so below. And that may be confusing, but let me elaborate. It's not. If a halo is above and hell is low, this is confusing. Halo, but hell is low. Oh, yeah, then you got the word hello. And you're like, oh, this is confusing. That's why. So you see how I'm just going through a reenactment of a fake scene I see in my mind, but it's like people are like they're upset, they don't get it, they're confused, they shut down. That this cannot be truth because this sounds stupid when they go through it because they can't process it yet. So it's like even when I used to go through it at first, I'm like, this is stupid as shit. The sun is the moon is the sun. Eve is Mary Magdalene, the daughter, the first lady is the mom. The mom in Saturn, the dad have a relationship, but then Saturn does something to Eve. I'm like, I can't do this. I gotta go. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole point. They're so smart. If right is right, left is wrong. Hot, cold, warm. You're at warm between hot and cold. To walk the middle path. Moses is noses. You got the yeses and the noses. You got an N inside of an M. Noses. Thoth is thought. Thoth is thought. School of Thoth, school of thought. Although it's Thoth, thought is hot. Hot. Hotel. Hot. Thoth. L. Right degree angle. See how they're just combining gods and putting them together? Symbolism is power. As long as they know the symbols and they know the words behind them, then they know from a distance, from up close, it doesn't matter. They know the language. They know the language. G. They know the everything. You see the little R, the right degree angle that they put right there? They know the language. They can see it a mile away. See the crescent moon? It's not hard. It's sacred geometry. Once you know what to see or what you know what to look for, you know what to see. You see it everywhere. It's everywhere. Break this down in a half. Break it down. Is it the Gemini? Look, I love this. We have a good teaching going on. If you use your own intellect, enlighten, the mental, firmament, mind, mental, government, govern the mind control, right? It's easy. But when you can use your own intellect, your own intelligence, then only then will things make sense. Not when I preach to you, not when I give it to you, your dad, your mom, your teacher, your brother, your sister, your aunt, it doesn't matter. You need to do the one that's doing the thinking. When I talk and you go, well, that doesn't check out. I'm going to go, oh, Google that. That sounds stupid. He said that, like, he's cool, but that just sounded stupid. Like, I love him and all, but that was a little too much. Let me see. Google Pan is a god. There's a god named Pan. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Pan, there's a god named, oh, I'll be goddamn. Okay. See what I'm saying? At least you did your own thinking. I'm not mad that people disagreed. Just do your own thinking. Research it. Find out what the truth is. Yeah, some shit I say does sound stupid. Pan is a god. Go look it up. It is. Pan. It fucking sounds stupid as shit. I get it. But just do your own thinking. And when you can, then you realize everything for what it is. You realize religion means rely on. And religion is relation. So have a relation instead of religion to rely on. Rely on, Zion, Scions, Seons, Scions. You have signs. Okay? Sick, scythe, scythes, sets, Saturn, turn, directs, directions, signals, arrows, eros, rose, Lucifer, rose, But the right degree, rose. A 9 or a 6, rose. E is a 3. You see what I'm saying? Use your own thinking. Things will make sense to you. From hourglass to the mirrored 33. Now you got Freemasonry, you got YESHUA, you got the monarchy, and now you got a kingdom, which means you got YESHUA and you got Isis, you got Athena and you got Joshua. They're the same stories and they're played out differently to the point where it makes it nearly impossible to preach about it, to learn up or keep up about it. And that's why they do it. So I know it's a little redundant right there at the end, but I care for you guys so much. I just want you to know, like, I don't mind being challenged. I don't mind even like inside of yourself. Sometimes you go, wow, you sound like an idiot. It doesn't hurt my feeling. I'm okay with it. I think the same shit when I hear other people. I want people to be real with me. I don't need you to tell me how you fucking think all the time, but I'm just saying, if you listen to my shit and at one point you thought, this guy's an absolute idiot, I'm not judgmental of you. I understand 100%. I get it. There's some times where you might hear some shit and you go, that doesn't make any sense. Nope. I get it. Just do your research. If I say the sun is the moon and the moon is the sun, it might sound stupid at first, but if you give me the time of day, and I shouldn't beg for it, I'm helping you. But if you give me the time of day, I promise you I'm going to come through. I'll prove it to you the best way that I know how. I'm not going to grab the moon and I'm not going to grab the sun and fucking have them meet and show you guys. If you need that proof, you need too much. Okay, so listen. It's a really good lesson, really good course, you guys. 6 minutes, 3 6s, 666. All right. What else I was gonna say? I was gonna say one more thing. All right. 1. We started from 1. We can agree that's 1. That's God. There ain't nobody. It's 1. Not the fallen angel. It's 1. It's God. You don't need a name. God's not even the right name. It's just 1. God, the whatever it is. You don't need a name. 1 into 3. We're the trios, 3 tree. 1 into tree of life. Do not eat forbidden fruit behind the forehead. But before we hit 4, we had the third eye, the bird eye. For you have a pineal, and spinal. The trinity that keep you alive. Makes you existent. So let's redo this again so it makes sense to you guys. 1 into tree. 3 of life, tree of life. Do not eat forbidden fruit. Beyond the forehead, that's the third eye, the bird eye. You are the 5-pointed star. And once you can disconnect from the 22 that fell from the 33 into heaven, 22 fallen, then you're left with just this. 6. Now you understand what Lightbringer means. So Lucifer, Lightbringer, anagram for lucky fire, right degree, angle, right hand, angel to God, it's 90-degree angle. 9 is 6 and 6 is 9, there's no 0. There's degrees, hot and cold, as above, so below. Hold on, let me just finish this real quick. So L is a 7, and the 7 is an L, as above, so below. Hell is low, L is low, heel is low, hello, hey, low. Okay. So now we got 1 into tree of life, third eye, bird eye, forbidden fruit behind the forehead because of a 5-pointed star. Lucifer is loser. YESHUA is winner. Summer, winner. Lucifer, fire. Friday is Venus, the twin to the sun, but it's the moon and the sun. So this is where it gets confusing. Don't need to worry about that last stuff. Just worry about this. Don't worry, but just take this in. 1 into 3, tree of life. 4, fruit would be the third eye, the bird eye, 5-pointed star. Now 6, 7, 8, 9, all in the same place. And those are the 4 angels that hold you in polarity. Lucifer, YESHUA, and they cast a shadow on the left side now. And that's darkness. So now you got Take the names out of this. You got a 7, you got a 9, you got a 6, and you got an L that make a cube. And this cube keeps you in polarity because right is right and left is wrong. Up, down, but there's no middle ground, but there's tree of life, 3 of life, but you keep getting cut down. So it's hard to find a common ground. So the lotus flower is when you disconnect from 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5-pointed star. But like I said, you were left with the head. That's heaven. It's heaved up. It's out of water. You were the lotus flower. You get to breathe fresh air because your whole life you were spent down here in despair. You were spent in water. And you can't breathe. It's dirty. It's muddy. It's not just clean water. There's a lot in there. Your own feces is it's everything, along with every other person, other fish, however you want to look at this. Fishes, Pisces, pieces. You get up, there's the lotus flower. Okay? So similar to Kundalini serpent rising, it is your 33 levels of vertebrae. It is your third eye, your bird eye. It is a lot to do with everything. But at the end of the day, I will leave you guys with this and I'll stop this video. The one thing that nobody's going over and no one's talking about is the last factor, the main factor. To connect to your highest avatar, you need to do all of these things and more, right? To know who you are, to know where the information is coming from, to how to get that information, whether subconscious or liminal. You know what I mean? Not subliminal, but when it's blatant versus not knowing, it's subconscious. Like, however, there's a certain part in our brain up top that needs to be illuminated, and that's not going to happen just through your third eye awakening. It's not going to happen through being conscious. It's not going to happen through being aware. It's a difference between, fixing your health and working on that every day and being a great person every day. The most healthy person in the world can be the biggest dickhead in the world. Go to the gym, you see a whole bunch of meatheads that don't mean they're the good people, but they look great. They look fantastic. Am I right or wrong? So just remember that. To live your life in the middle road, you're talking knows this, you're talking mows this. You need to knows this is knowledge. There's knowledge. This is Gnostic. These are your nostrils. You need to know what nos ens is. But sun, crone, sun, not daughter. Daughter of time, son of time. Son of time, moon of time, son of time. Same thing. They're just children of God. All right. So, being the best that you can be to the point where you're great every single day on everything you do. And when you're not, you're still being great by knowing you're not being great, to know that you can be great again. That's being great. But if you're not conscious of any of these things, you can't focus on what's important, because what's important is every single thing. Like, whether you can feel it, capitalize on it, articulate it or not, it's real. And maybe you might not be able to see it, but you can feel it. And just because you can feel it and not see it and not have words to describe it doesn't mean it's not real. It is. It's just, you don't need to talk about what needs to be known, or you don't need to talk about something that is known already. So to be a great person is to do it, is to know it to be true and do it every day. And it's to step up and rise to the occasion. If you need to sacrifice your life in a split, a hashtag, I can't, the word's not coming to me. Like a quick second of a moment is what I'm thinking of, but you need to do that, and you need to know exactly yourself to know that that is the time for you to do that. This feels right. I'm not hesitant. I got to do what I got to do. And now you put your life on the line for something that's way bigger than you. And you didn't even think, oh, I have kids. You didn't think, oh, I got this. Oh, I need to worry. No, you're like, I'm doing this. This isn't right. And you do it. That's what being great means. It's nothing to do about karma. It's nothing to do about, oh, well, I got to do this because God wants me to. Oh, pick up trash. Got to do it. Got the right thing to do. It's the right thing. I feel better. No, you bullshit. I don't want to hang out with you because I know that's not what you want to do. It's what you want to do for other people to look at you different. That means you definitely not it. It means you definitely not it. You need to know these things. I do things that I'm not even going to tell you right now because I don't want to give merit to me. I do it because of God. So I'm going to end it right here. Perfect. It was 44:22 when I said that. I love you guys. Thank you so much.